Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well. It is currently 10:30 a.m. Is this the earliest stream? I don't know. Maybe? Who knows? But that means, hey, I'm like fresh. We're awake, you know? It's the morning. It's a very foggy morning where I am, quite cold. But still pretty cool. Anyways, yeah, so let's get to it. Today's gonna be an interesting stream, much more very dramatic music. Much more different than usual. Because most of today's stream will be spent actually in Inkscape crafting a oh my god, what is it called? Ortho. Crafting an ortho for this thing. This is a camera mount. It's specifically a clamp for a camera or a phone. Who cares about the brand? I'm pretty sure this is some like Temu like dropshipped product. But this has tons of great geometry. A lot of good stuff. I mean, it's, you know, like to some degree, it's literally just 2D profile and extrude it, right? There's not really any depth here except for this little slot up here. Not sure how much you guys can see that. There's like a little slot right there. Yeah, see that? And then of course the like knurled, is that what called knurling? The like sides on this? A knurled like screw for increasing or decreasing the height. If I was psychotic, that's a horrible noise that it makes. If I was psychotic, I would draw that in the center, but I'm not going to do that. But I felt like this is a great, you know, it's a great, simple, relatively simple. We can even draw the screws in the side. I'm still scared of ellipses. In fact, I'm going to talk about my ellipse from last stream. But yeah, so we're going to be in Inkscape with some reference pictures of this, crafting an ortho. We have some goals. I'll talk about those. But first, as per usual, everybody, if I could please have music, thank you. Let's get started with the warm up. Sorry, not with the orthos just yet, I guess. And of course, Canoe. What a legend in lesson 6, giving me the go ahead. I feel like, you know, Canoe is there, of course, just to give help. Canoe is a very awesome and talented person. I love their art, but also like the litmus test for if something is so egregiously wrong that they need to step in, right? For me at least, I'm not sure, you know, they seem to be a very kind and helpful person, and have given tons of great advice and critique in the lesson 6 channel. And man, that was a pretty crappy line. Too bad you guys can't see it, because my white levels were off. There we go. The lighting outside is actually quite good here, and I'm actually gonna I love natural light, and I have to close my blinds whenever I stream. Man, I'm kind of regretting that. Anyways, and so I open my other door because my roommate isn't here because there's natural light in like our main living area. So, and I don't think it hurts the acoustics too much. But yeah, a little bit, you know, a little bit of a humbling experience that mouse was. But we learned a lot, and I'm very proud of myself for sticking it through. I looked through a bunch of lesson 6 critiques both yesterday and today, and I noticed that people keep their orthos on separate pages. They draw them quite large, which I think is a brilliant idea. I don't know why I restricted it to one page. Hell, even an ortho per page. I don't think that's too ridiculous. And if we wanted to, we could like Photoshop all of them together. So like Uncomfortable doesn't have to scan through multiple pages to examine an ortho, and then the actual construction. And then include our reference in there as well. And then another goal, you know, for this upcoming construction is simplicity. You know, I had a very warped definition of simplicity in the last one, where I was like, oh, well, it's simple in the sense that I divided it into 16ths, you know, like these 16th size squares, and then I break it into thirds and fifths. But that just means I multiply it by like, that's like so much worse, you know, than what, 50 plus 30, that's like an 80th, right? If I divide a 16th into fifths, right? That's how that works? I think so. Watch my math be completely wrong. 90ths? 5 times 16, 50. No, 30. Yeah. We're idiots. Watch me be just a complete idiot. But anyways, yeah. So we want to instead use, because like we don't need an 80th, right? That could be approximated to at most like a 12th, right? Or things like that. And so, yeah, I was working in this like multiplicative fashion, right? When instead I should just use the larger. Because like let's say, for example, we have something that's a fifth, and then we want something that is like 4/15ths. That could be a fifth. That could easily be a fifth. No one would bat an eye, right? Especially with like all the human error that I'll be introducing to this. Another consistent theme I saw in the critiques from Uncomfortable is precision, right? He wants to see precision rather than accuracy. And I'm trying to fully understand what his application of precision is in this lesson, but to my understanding, it's from what I read, right? He wants us to declare a line and like have that intent. What's up, Cap? It doesn't look like you were first. But yeah, he wants us to declare a line with some construction and then like commit to it, right? Not try to change it or do some other weird stuff, like declare our intent. But like I'm a bit confused on what that means and how that's applied, and I'm probably misinterpreting what he said. So I have some more reading of Lesson 6 critiques to do. How's your morning going so far, Kat? We're gonna be having a very interesting stream today. The YouTuber doesn't count. Okay, I can get behind that. I fixed chat today. It turns out I was just I'm so stupid. I need to add it to my Python script because you need to like refresh a token for Twitch chat, and I kept just putting the refreshed token in the wrong place. So, good. Finish eating some breakfast. What was your breakfast? Starting off the day strong. Have you been up to any drawing as of recent? Lots of questions. Also, there's the question, Kavel, if you're going to be in Inkscape for this stream, why are you warming up? Well, because we could be finish Inkscape in an hour. We'll see. And also, I am bound by an hour today. I don't want to go over time because I have a lot of stuff to do, hence why we're streaming at 11 a.m. or 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m., 11:30 a.m. for Kat, I guess. Watched the previous 2 episodes of Amazing Digital Circus last night. Great. Wonderful. There were a lot of close moments in the They Get Guns episode. Was that episode 6, right? I'm gonna call it episode 6. There were, and like I don't think they were very well written and just well placed. I'm not totally sure. Because first you have the moment with Gangle and what's their name? And then Kinger and what's her name? It's like they're all well placed, and I especially the Jax crash out. I should probably declare spoilers, but good. I've been I haven't. I study when I feel like it. I'm not trying to rush the process. That's good. Have you been doing like drawing for the sake of play though, beyond just studying? Because I'm gonna be real, and I don't mean this in a mean way. I don't care if you're studying. I mean, I'm of course very happy that you'd study art and stuff, but like at the end of the day, what's more important to me? I'd say drawing for the sake of play. Experimenting, moving around, doing all that stuff. However, it is always great to see when you do study and when you do learn and make progress, but art ain't necessarily about that. Yay, huge. That's great to hear. Yeah, no one here is expecting you to be like studious and learning every single day and super disciplined. No. Of course, those are cool things and those are good things, and we'll never shun those. But what is most important is just drawing. Because no one else can draw but you. No one else can draw your things but you. There you go. Anyone, a lot of people can draw. Anyone can draw. But no one else can draw what you do. Yeah, I really love the new episode of Amazing Digital Circus as well. Characters are so believable. Each one of them feels so real, well developed. None of it is like the first episode. There were some jokes in there. I was like, oh yeah, that's not totally for me. Like, you know. But like as of recent, all of it's been pretty great. Sure, I don't want a machine to draw for me. That wasn't really where I was going with that. Yeah, true. No one would want that either. It's more so a quote, just preventing the idea that, oh, if I watch 100 YouTube videos or um do all these things to dance around to actually drawing, that'll improve or enjoy art. Yeah, you could enjoy art, of course, uh, without drawing, right? But you know what I mean. Am I streaming so early? Like I said earlier, I have a lot of stuff to do today, and I want to stream, right? Because remember, we're studying abroad, so trying to get as much stream and drawing time as I can over these next couple of days. And I won't be able to stream tomorrow, probably not Monday, and probably not Tuesday. So trying to get as much as I can done. Flexibility, and I don't like having an inconsistent schedule, but an inconsistent schedule is much better to me than not streaming at all, not doing Drawbox at all. And you're like, well, Kavel, you could do Drawbox if you're not on stream. True. One, I kind of don't want to do that because if I'm gonna draw while not on stream, I'd rather just do 50%. But don't forget to do the wordle true. I'll give a crack at it during the BRB. I usually remember to do it in my like Finch stuff whenever I'm at the gym. I do it in between sets. That's like my my reminder. Which I want to emphasize, I'm not hogging the machines. First off, barely anyone's at the gym when I go to the gym on purpose. But two, I usually am in the green space and I don't have weights with me when I do the wordle. Like I'm stretching or stuff, so I'm not hogging the machine. Sorry, I have a huge pet peeve for people who hog machines and just stay on their phone for like 15 minutes before they do another set. I get rest sets, but like let other people work in if the gym is busy. Like you could literally just hang out next to like the water fountain or go back to the green space. Whatever though, I'm coping. Line works pretty decent today, overshooting a little bit, but other than that, nothing too shabby. If not the best ellipses today. Also, yeah, my ellipse from last stream for the mouse demo, I was not happy with those ellipses. They were rushed. They weren't focused. Hard wordle. Gotcha. What else? There's something else I was going to say. Ooh. Yeah, who cares? Yeah, so want to be better with my ellipses this time, and we have an opportunity for it. I've gone through all of Drawbox without doing a single portrait. I've always done everything landscape. But for the upcoming construction, I kind of want to do it landscape or portrait. decent warm up today. I'm gonna keep going. I don't necessarily need to because I don't plan on drawing much this stream, but. And yeah, so Inkscape, you guys, I have a complicated relationship with Inkscape. It's a free program and it's very powerful. You can do a lot of good stuff with Inkscape. However, oh my god, it makes me so mad sometimes. The control scheme is ugh. Salami, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwich. What kind of bread? Ay, ay, ay. Oof. That's why we ghost guys. Jeez. Regular bread from the bakery. Yeah, but what kind of bread? There's no such thing as regular bread. White bread. There you go. Cool, cool. Sounds good. I had a really crappy breakfast. I'm not going to even say what it was. It was so bad compared to yours, especially. Oh, I think Gems is graduating today. Um, Big congrats for her. She may post about it. We'll see. Very exciting stuff, though. I've already resolved myself when I graduate. I'm going to take make a photo of me holding my diploma, and I'm going to Photoshop a grackle head there, and then change the color of my cap and gown to like a grackle kind of iridescent blue purple, and then change my degree to say gravel at like Clown University or something. I don't know yet. I got to figure out what I'm going to Photoshop my degree to say. Is that illegal? Even though I'm doing it for a meme, to Photoshop my degree. That feels wrong. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go into BRB. What was I gonna do? I was gonna do something during BRB. What was it? I said it earlier. Wordle, yes. Okay, cool. So yeah, we're gonna do the Wordle. We're gonna do a 3-minute ad break because I didn't have enough time at the start of stream to do a 3-minute one. And then we're going to get into the stream. So be right back, everybody. Yo, Cat, don't spoil, bro. Like, oh my god. Let me do it on my own. Don't tell me what to start with. Yes, you are if you tell people to start with a word, Cat. That's just how that works. Come on. It amazes me how many times we've had this conversation with you. Cool, we're back. Okay. So, we are going to now pop over. Actually, I'm gonna take a sip of water real quick. So yeah, this is what's gonna make it a weird stream. I'm not really sure how I want to go about this, but we're gonna try it. So please stick with me, everybody. This is gonna be an interesting experience. Make sure I'm doing everything correctly. Here we are. This is and chat's in a bit of a weird place. The stream isn't really built for stuff like this. We are going to be doing our ortho here. We're going to talk about how we want to go about doing this ortho in the first place and some other stuff. So, and actually, I'm going to grab the clamp and grab a ruler. Battle Royale themed. This is lesson 6. So this is a phone clamp. You can use it on tripods to record things. And this is for our lesson 6. We're going to be doing an ortho. The complicated part about this, which I'm going to look into real quick, is how many orthos do you do, right? Because I could definitely use one, you know, it's guaranteed we're going to be doing an ortho on the side here, right? Oof, it's laggy. These images are also huge, which I should probably, there we go. That's actually not, no, well, just, so this is side, that's bottom, front. Oh, we should probably start the timer as well. Oh, oh, this is 45-minute timer from last stream. We need a full hour. There we go. So, getting all situated in my chair. Usually have a stool for stream. Yeah, and this is the top. So yeah, actually I'm gonna name this tack a reference onto the back of all these for a specific reason. But yeah, so we're gonna be tearing these apart effectively. Trying to figure out how to go about all this. So we're of course gonna start with our side reference. We're gonna pop that in there. Even hide all of these for now. And one thing I want to look into. Trying to find a good way of doing this. Pure F activate. There we go. Oh, perfect. Okay, that's exactly what I wanted. We're gonna look at some lesson 6 critiques as well. I have so many tabs open. This is atrocious. And see what other people have done. So Pure Ref will be hanging out here as kind of thing. I have to watch this guy subdivide things. You have nothing else to do? Draw? What? Okay, I can't believe you're going into a stream and then complaining. So we're gonna go into lesson 6. Look at some of the homeworks. And for the sake of privacy, I will not be putting people's drawings on stream. I would have to ask them beforehand. And it looks like, yeah, people are kind of doing the 3, top, side, and bottom if it applies. And so in our case, right, here's my qualms. Yeah, Kat, that's the point of these streams. Is to be, you know, for people to do something that they like, and I'm the both the background noise and the reminder. So for this, right, we definitely should do a top ortho. Bottom ortho isn't necessary because we won't be drawing it. And then I think a front ortho as well. What dimensions do we get? Yeah, because we can't, we don't get anything. Yeah, because like, all of the Y dimensions, I'm going to call up and down Y, right? All the Y dimensions can be captured in this reference over here, and not necessarily over, or like, you know, we could, you know, we don't need that. The only thing we get from this drawing is probably the height of the, I'm going to call this the dial, the height of the dial. Let's call it the screw. And this gap right here. Everything else can be gleaned from this one. So this side reference is the most important one. I have a ruler with me right here, and the actual clamp, and looks to be exactly 3 inches tall, which is great. And 1 3/8 wide. So we have to have a conversation about how accurate we want to be, right? Because it would be nice, it would be very nice and amazing if we could live in a world where I will draw a box that encapsulates this perfectly. However, I won't. So the dimensions of this actual thing will just be kind of resolved, and I don't know what this rectangle is going to look like. Okay. Will just kind of be resolved to be guesswork, right? We don't have the tools to set that yet, and we're gonna have to rotate this just a tiny bit so it's more square. I tried to take these pictures from far away. I only used the 2x zoom though, because I wanted to get, you know, absolutely no foreshortening, no distortion, right? And that looks pretty decent. So our bounding box will be probably like this. Probably should turn off snap for half of this. Yes. We're actually going to make our stroke a bit smaller. No, there. Just so we can get a little bit more accuracy. There we go. Are the edges beveled? I don't know why I was about to move it. Not really. I mean, yes, very slightly, but I wouldn't say in such a way that it should be noted by the construction. Then again, we do have this, like, oh my gosh. There's a difference between bevel and, I can't remember. And not embossed. I can't remember. It's been ages since I've used Fusion. So yeah, now we have this. And it'll be tempting, to say the least, to, try to, you know, cheat with my subdivisions, but no, we're gonna draw all of them out. So we have like a good basis for this. As for this, we're seeing, you know, we can see the bottom plane of this. This is where the distortion's coming into play. So that's a bit of an issue. So I'll just still make an approximation. It doesn't have to be that accurate, but something's better than nothing, right? And this will be a full box. Is it so? Oh, okay. I thought I may be thinking of Hammer Editor. That doesn't have snap toggle. No, it does. I can't remember. Why is everything boxes? Because it is the most optimal representation of an object in 3D space exposing 3 planes. It is everything we could ever want out of a of something in 3D. So now we're gonna start, you know, getting those subdivisions in. We can kind of cheat here with a lot of these, but cool. So initial subdivisions down. I'm not seeing too much unity here. Not many happy accidents. One thing that I can see is that trying to plan. So this looks to be about a quarter, which is great. I will take that. That is a wonderful simplification. The question is, how should we go about constructing that? And where does it start, right? Because we know, you know, if we go in the middle here, find the intersection between these two. We're also, yeah. My Twitch playlist. You know, that's actually not a bad idea. I'll have to re-listen to the OST, because the only one I can think of right now that I really, really like, we'll play it, is Wolf and Rabbit. I'll add Wolf and Rabbit right now, because Wolf and Rabbit is my absolute favorite. Especially the piano one. We've played it before, but yeah, let's go. Okay. As for this, it gives third vibes. And so this is going to be a sixth overall. Let's try to keep thinking in terms of like absolute measurements instead of like, oh, this is a third of a quarter. No, or like a third of a half. No, it is a sixth. This will help hopefully prevent us from going a bit too insano style. So yeah, let's work on getting those thirds and that quarter in here. The best way to do this corner would to be pick one of these. And since we're doing a third, I'll do both. Keep forgetting the bind for this. Every program has its different button. Boom, look at that. So we have a fourth down. And now we want to get a third. And I want to leave these areas relatively clean. So a third of the overall, remember, we want a horizontal third here. So we want, and we're also going to have to drag a path through here. I should probably turn off the rounded edges. Why is it not moving? Okay, whatever. Inkscape moment. Come on. Inkscape snapping tools leave a lot to be desired. But, you know. Cool. And then we want to create our third. Remember, a third creates an arrow. However, we only need the arrow down here. So boom, boom. Same thing happened here. I guess we'll keep the rounded edges. Is the stream on time today? What does that mean? I'd say it's quite rare that it's not. Uh-oh. It is definitely not a third. Let's try a fifth. Yeah, let's try a fifth. It's just an hour stream. Yes, yeah. Like I said at the beginning, I have stuff to do, so we got to keep it relatively short today. Yeah, it's almost a fourth practically, but we'll try. Oh well, then if it's more than a fifth, sorry, if it's more than a fourth, then it could never be a fifth. Let's try a fifth just to see what's going on. Let me actually pull up the guide. Go into lesson 6. Ooh, someone just submitted for lesson 6. It's always a cool thing seeing like in these emptier lessons people submit. So 1/5, and we want a horizontal fifth, so we just need to rotate this. So we want right mid to top left. Right mid to top left. And then top mid to bottom left. And yeah, that's our fifth, and it's just below it. Darn. We'll keep these actually. And I'm gonna make a prediction. We want that. Want to reduce the number. There's probably some really beautiful math to find this, what I'm about to do, but Ooh, Genshin. Heck yeah. Hmm. You're like, Kavel, why did you decide to do it this way? I don't know. I'm kind of stupid. We'll pick a fourth. Wait, I don't even need this. Why are we glitching like this? Whatever. So yeah, we'll call those a fourth. And then we have this dip, which we can start at an eighth. I wouldn't be too opposed with that. I wouldn't. It does feel like a sixth. Is there a cheap way of doing a sixth? Ooh, Jesus. That is very intense. Interesting. Huh. It kind of makes sense though. Let's try it. I mean, we're here. Um, so I'm gonna call this the double arrow method. We also get a fourth in the process, kind of verifying. Uh, oh, I did the arrow the wrong way. Yeah, okay, maybe not. Yeah, like this. My bad. Yeah, that's a sixth. I'll be darned. That's a sixth for sure. Now we don't need this left side though, so we can quite literally just do this. And that gives us this. And these lines can be extruded downwards. In fact, there's not really a reason they shouldn't be. Yeah. I mean, last time I did complain that I didn't, like, I made a lot of guessing. Or not guessing, but like, I don't know, simpler simplifications that hurt me, right? What happened to art being fun? I don't know. That's for you to decide. Let's see what's going on here. This feels like a fifth. Let's try doing a fifth. Yeah. Let's see what happens. Just because things are hard doesn't mean they can't be fun. So this would make it a 10th. I don't know who told you that. Oh, look at that. That lands to be an eighth rather nicely. This could almost be a half. So it'd be quarter, 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 and then that's a really weird measurement. Dividing it into quarters seems like a wonderful idea though. That does make this part longer, and it is because it travels more. These have the same slope, it looks like. So it's really in reality making a like a trapezoid. Is that the shape? I don't know my shapes, guys. Yeah, trapezoid. This could this could be a third. It really could be. It would be a horizontal third. Do we have a horizontal third happening? Let's see. A horizontal third is the intersection between the diagonal and an arrow, but it would be down here. So we have this diagonal and this arrow. Ah. And we're also just getting really messy. Which isn't a horrible thing. And in fact, wait, why are we doing the third over there? The third needs to happen right here, where we already have the diagonal. So but yeah, don't conflate difficulty with not being fun. That's like saying everyone who does tournaments for things aren't having fun. No, they're having fun. Sure, they can lose, and that may not be fun, but that's part of the like sport. This easily, boom, freaking half. Cut that in half. Look at that. No questions. And then this one's a third. Now this is really crowded, but I'm getting crazy third vibes. Do I have the arrows necessary to craft a third? It'd be a horizontal one, so it just does this, and then it's this intersection. Oh no, it's this one. Is it a fifth? Is it like 2/5 or yeah, 2/5? Is 2/5 greater than a fourth? I'm stupid. A fourth is 4/10. 2/5 is what? No. Sorry, quarter is 2.5 tenths, I guess, and 2/5 is 4/10. So yeah, it's bigger. So let's try the 2/5 one. It's gonna be a horizontal 2/5, which means I need the same diagonal that the third had. Yeah, me too. But you start to make sense of them. And then this. Yeah, there we go. So that's 2/5. I'm not sure. That's 2/5 of a quarter. So that's what? 2/10? There, sir. Yeah, 2/10 of a half. Or 2/5 of a half. So that's 2/10. Yeah, 2/10 is 1/5. So if we did 1/5 of this entire thing, we would get it easier. So what is 1/5 of this whole thing? And that'd be 1/5 the height of this. And 1/5 the height of something is the intersection between this diagonal. No, this diagonal. That's assuming these are, no, is it assuming these are square? I don't know. And this diagonal. Look at that. Holy, our math is mathing, guys. Now, did that make it at all less complicated? Probably not, no. Is Undertale? Yeah, nice. Let's move this What is this line doing? Ah, I see. Let's move the thing that creates this, because this is what I said it was a third, so it's a sixth. We're gonna delete that. And to create the sixth, we did this. Wait, why would I do a? Oh yeah, I did a sixth overall, but it's a third of a quarter, which would mean it's a 12th overall. What does a 12th look like? Ooh, okay, we're not doing a 12th. I mean, it's practically as convoluted as this. Some beautiful geometry happening though. What did I do? Just delete? There we go. Yeah, because that. Oh, okay. Inkscape just crashed. Cool, man. uh, that's not good. Okay. It, there you go. That's Inkscape for you. That's our first Inkscape moment. We love Inkscape for that. Looks like it successfully deleted our third, so that actually worked out. Cool. So yeah, we divide this whole thing into eighths, which I think is a good maximum number of divisions. Is there any way we could clean it up though? Because I think what I'm gonna do, we need. Yeah, what are we even doing for half of these? Because I want to do a fifth. So let's only worry about heights in these two boxes. Heights? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So we have 1, 2, 3 heights that we need to deal with. Actually, that one's already covered. I'm just gonna kind of start from scratch here. Because yeah, all we needed was these two cross sections. This half. That creates that. And then we draw to the center there, which gives us this. How do we get this? That. Draw that horizontal. Do you watch Has Been Hotel? I think the writing is messy. I don't watch it. I've heard the music and animation's really good. I've seen like bits and pieces. I don't like how much like they did the swearing. Like it's like a toddler who learned how to swear. You know, it's just a bit excessive for me. Like I think there's there's a time and a place for swearing and writing, but they just kind of say it to say it. Like it legit sounds like a person who's just never sworn before in their life, who's like, oh, I'm gonna be edgy. Um, but that's not indicative of the writing necessarily. Like that doesn't mean you have a good or a bad story. It just means you designed your characters a bit unconventionally. Out of the norm. Isn't a horrible thing. Just I'd have to actually watch the show to give any take on that. You're just gonna kind of rewind here. So yeah, X X or cross cross, line through the center, line through the center. We have 3. We divided it into quarters. Now we want to divide it vertically. So what am I gonna do? X here. Excuse me? It just reset my dude. There we go. Now we'll make sure to save frequently. But I'd be careful, Cat. Jim's is a big Has Been Hotel fan, so Just make sure that whatever you say, you do it with some tact. Ah, I gotcha. Pacing stuff. Hmm. This is a vertical one, and we said we wouldn't care about that yet. Uh, well, let me delete this. Very weird. Yeah, I gotcha. It's sad to hear. It seems quite beloved in some communities. So we have that height done. And we said this one was another half. We can just get by doing this. Nope, I'm silly. We would have to draw the vertical here, which, you know what, fine. I'll cave. Yay, there we go. Success. Oof, I'm so scared of it crashing now. Nope. And then, boom, there's our other half. Everything's relatively nice so far. Now we get into this fifth. And then we're kind of done with oh, wait, yeah, we need the overall third. But yeah, then we just need our fifth. And yeah, so for our fifth to happen, we just need the overall fifth here. Which, let me go into this. Which we need for the first fifth. Top left to right mid. So this. So we're just drawing through this line effectively. And then mid top to bottom left. This intersection is our fifth, which is actually a 10th. Oh, wow. Are there multiple seasons to this show? What is this line? This makes a third, I believe. Or maybe even a fifth. What does this line make? No, because a third would be this in the diagonals. This would be what a. I mean, it works quite well though, so why not use it? I mean, look at that. Right? Yeah, so we'll do that. Two seasons. I gotcha. Take a sip of water real quick. Cool. So it's hella messy up here, but if you ignore that, it's not as bad as our previous construction, so that's good. For our ellipse here, we're gonna follow the keep it simple stupid rule. But first, I need to quickly divvy this up into. Oh, we need to do the heights down here, don't we? Okay. I guess we'll just repeat everything up here. This looks cool. Okay. So yeah, we have our arrow. We have our halfway point. Just worried about horizontal stuff right now. Nothing else. So yeah, then we want our quarter. We accomplish that quarter by doing a diagonal across the entire thing. Wrong way. Hmm. That's a bit messed up, but I don't care. We'll be fine. Um, we could actually measure the physical thing, but I don't want to. So yeah, now we want our fifth. Why did I have two arrows here? Oh, it just happened to be okay. So yeah, once again for our fifth. Oh, was it the fifth of the entire thing? Who knows? We will kind of conceptualize this. We want bottom half to here, then top mid to here. So this is the wrong fifth. I did it upside down. Oops. Um, for real? It's the intersection between that diagonal and this diagonal. I see. I'm stupid. Huh? No. Not as stupid as I thought. Wait, Kat, why did you ask me to play the Beastars OST when you're on YouTube? I mean, hey, it's good music, so I won't not play it, but I did realize. Cool. Now we want to slice this into quarter, half, quarter. So far, it feels that we're quite symmetric. True. That's a valid reason. Let's see. We can actually cheat a little bit here. I guess we'll just keep everything symmetric because this will get us a half easily. No, wait, no. We already have a half through this intersection, so. Yoink. And then boom, we have a quarter here. And we can just kind of repeat that. Kind of letting autoplay for the music do its thing, and it's going well. Doesn't feel right. No, please don't crash. Please don't crash. Tatakai. Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, it's rather precise or accurate. Whatever. I don't know. I don't want to play that game in my head. Let's see if we can. This is just going to be an eighth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, eighth. You just woke up. Are you feel tired? Do you not rest well? We can cordon off this. There's not really a great way of ensuring that there's a doing this, but we would something like this. Because yeah, there's no way of ensuring this is a square that I know of. I think I looked up this another stream. Yeah, a lot of people have this like weird ellipse method, which I don't want to invest into. Because there's no way to ensure the width of something other than using like a compass, right? You need some ground truth. Um, but hey, we can at least state for now that we know that there will be an ellipse there. As for this, uh, say like it's a fourth. We may make this a little taller. Is there a very fast way of making a fourth? I guess we could do this. It's like a British flag. Okay, so now, right? I want to do something cool to test. This is just gonna be, we'll call this ink, I guess. Put it above this. And then, why can I not set the opacity of the layer? Are you joshing me right now? Oh, there we go. I just had to double click it. Okay. Didn't think you would set the opacity of, Oh, Inkscape, you never fail to amaze me. This will make my life easier. So now, why are you not fully trained? What? Look at that. I'd say that is that's quite accurate. Nice. We could also do a path for up here as well. Oh yeah, where does... Oh wow, that literally hangs off the edge, doesn't it? That's a bit tough, but we'll continue. Uh, this could actually give us grounds for where to construct this, but... Oh yeah, I never considered like how much it hangs off. You're right. We could go even smaller if we wanted to. I mean, it does feel rather correct to do it that way. Um, it just feels so trivial to do this much work for it. Oh man, I'm sore. Okay, why does it keep constructing ones? Why does it do this? I hate it when... Yeah, it set my normal opacity to be very... What? I'll figure that out soon. Um, ideally, I wouldn't want to eyeball this, and I would want it to be an eighth. That's my ideal. Where are these settings? I know it's somewhere, I just always lose it. No. It's somewhere. I know it. I'm gonna find it. I see it. I see it right there. How do I edit that? You upset me deeply. There we go. Okay. Never mind. Okay, whatever. Who cares? Inkscape shenanigans. Okay, so yeah, ideally, then... There we go, fixed. So yeah, that feels more correct to me. Um, it's about as simple, I mean, as simple as you can get in terms of approximating that stuff. Yeah, I mean, it does hang over like that, so now we have this, which I'm not totally sure how correct it is, but... Yeah, I'd call that just about right. Cool. Alrighty, so yeah, placing the box on the top will be quite difficult because it has such a small overhang. And then the two ellipses. They're ooh. Oh. I propose a referendum. Probably gonna crash here. Why do you do this to me, Inkscape? What sick games? Whatever. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Oh, did I lock it? Oh, it's the rectangle all the way down here. That's why. That explains a lot. Okay. What is that? Oh, whatever. It's still locked, dude. I'm so stupid. Unlock. There we go. Hmm? I'm so confused right now. Yep, you can just stay there. It's fine. So yeah, okay, cool. That is the front. We want to align this more with this one, but that is a problem I'm not going to consider right now. Cool. So that is the side. Now we have the front ortho that I want to do. Okay, don't do that. That just lagged everything. That annoys me how it's like slightly tilted, just like me. Okay. Cool. We'll start with a rectangle. I'll try to get a 3/4 view of this as well to help me kind of visualize this better. I think that's about good. Never mind. Seems our original orientation was pretty correct. You go in here. What is your issue? Cool. So now we really only have to worry about this. And also, I just realized, yeah, we can consider the little pads, but I'm gonna worry about that more as a separate additive feature, because it's very complex. So, yeah. Let's continue. And here, actually, give me a quick second. We're gonna pause. I'm gonna go check on something. Ready, we're back. So, this gives 8th vibes. Let's try to make that happen. And then we'll probably call it for today. And then we'll be having a 3-day break. Not even a break. I just won't be able to be here for 3 days. I would love a break. Oh, no, I would love to keep drawing. So, like, not a break. You know what I mean. Ooh. Oh, this is B-Stars. Kat gave it great recommendations. I like this one a ton because it reminds me of Cass's theme, which is the only thing I've learned how to play, like, fully on the piano, and I probably don't remember. It's been years. That little trill, da 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 da. That reminds me of it. And that snazzy trumpet. And the snare. It gives that whole march vibe. Hmm. Hmm. Because this upper part does seem less thick. Let me measure this in real life. The entire height of it is... Thank God this isn't imperial units, dude. This is 3/8, and the halfway mark is... Let's see, we're at 3/8. Oh no, that's not even 3/8 total, isn't it? I measured that wrong. It's about 5/16. And the halfway mark is at 2/16. So we're working at a 2-to-5 ratio. Gross. But we actually know that quite fondly. So it depends on how we... And this... So, like, this segment right here is 2/5 taller than this segment right here. So we have a decision to make, right? How do we want to go about this? Oh, wait. The height of this has to be the same height as this. Let me try to find this real quick. Right? Oh, it was already there. So this height is... Kavel, why are you so weird? A 10th. So this also has to be a 10th. And we constructed that 10th. This is going to be very off because this images aren't this... yeah, ish. It's just going to seem stretched. But yeah, so this is going to be a 5th. It has to be, right? Remember, this was a mistake we made last time, is a unity between our orthos in real life. So to make a 5th here, a 5th of this entire thing, let me go into my thing. We want a horizontal 5th, which means we go top left to mid right. Top left to mid right, we already have that. And then mid top to bottom left. We already have that. Oh, happy accident. And look at that. Kavel was right in that approximation. But that leaves because this is a 2-to-5 ratio, which is very strange. So we'll have to find some measurements that just make us happy here. So we'll kind of do some searching. That's closer. The question is, how particular do we want to be about this? And honestly, I'm okay with doing a quarter. Because I want to also do that little flange up there. Now let's see. So if we wanted to find... We need to use the mirroring technique more, and I feel like we'll have an opportunity here. And you'll see what I mean in a second. Because we are working with a symmetric face, so that makes our lives a lot easier. Oh well, look, that's where it ends. Right here is this half. Perfect. And now that we have this, we can go through the center right there. Oh, and it also happens to be perfectly right here because that's where it intersects. So we don't even need some of this. We can draw that up, right? So now we just need the width of this. And that's given this kind of vibe. So not particularly unique. So yeah, we could do the mirroring method here, or we could just do this because it's already set up for us. I don't even need this because we have that. So I'm now kind of like, what lines do we actually need? It's going to seem like more over here because we have this diagonal, which created our half, which was necessary. But other than that, and then this diagonal to create this half. Yeah. And now we need to figure out how much room we want to get that flange up here. That can be eyeballed, and I actually am not opposed to that idea. Or we could do this. No. It's minuscule, right? It's very small. We could do a third up here. Which also, yeah. That's a third. And that's even lower than the one I was going to suggest over here, so probably not that. Let's figure this out and then we'll call it for today. A fifth? I like our fifths. Let's see. A top fifth would be top left to mid. And then top mid to bottom left. I'm going to memorize that at some point. And that just seems a bit too thick for me, but like everything else... Could do a seventh. Am I feeling psychotic? Let's see, how do you do a seventh? Ah, I see. We just need this for a seventh. And then seventh is where this diagonal intersects this. And you know what? I'll take that. Future Kavel's going to hate me for making that a seventh, but I don't care. And we would ink it. I don't really care to do that right now, though, so we're going to call it. Also, this radius needs to be the same as the one seen over here. Right? It needs to be the same relative. So we may need to redo this next stream. But yeah, so we're going to call it here, everybody. Thank you for joining me tonight. So here's the game plan for future streams. I will not be streaming tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, and probably not Tuesday. I would love to stream Tuesday. It's just probably not going to happen. From there, let me pull up my calendar. So, yeah, we will not be streaming the 14th, the 15th, or the 16th. We'll hopefully be back to stream on the 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. So we'll be streaming from the 17th to the 23rd, hopefully. And then I will be gone for about a month. I'll be gone from the 24th to effectively the 13th. I would hopefully be I'd be happy to start streaming again on the 15th of January. So yeah, I do apologize for the schedule. It's a great opportunity for me, just, you know, that comes with a caveat. I will be making a conceited effort. Is conceited the right word? I don't know. A real effort to be drawing every single day. So long as you know it's sustainable and it's not like stressing me out. Yeah, so we'll be gone for 3 days, we'll be back for 7, and then we'll be gone for a month. So, once again, thank you all for joining me, and I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.